Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. As always, I'm looking forward to spending some crafty time with you, and today I thought we'd make a couple of gift tags. And the reason I wanted to show you the gift tags is because it all starts with one of our lovely Scene-scapes. Now, I know when we released these sold out very quickly, but the crafty fairies are working really hard getting them back in. You know, if anything does sell out, Lavinia works so hard to get the products back in as soon as they can, and will let everyone know on social media. So always make sure you sign up for the newsletter, the email, because that will help. Anyway, I was just thinking of different ways because a few people got in touch and said they never know what to do with the Scene-scapes. So this one is perfect for a DL card or a slimline card, and this is called Dream Wave, the one I'm using today. And I have to say, what is fabulous is that you get 4 in each pack, and I was just looking, 220 GM card, because I know you're going to ask me, and you know me, my memory doesn't work well at the minute, so I forget, but there you go, it says it there. And I just thought we'd go for something a bit different and I've created 2 lovely tags, and they started with the Framelits, and you can get these from Lavinia if you've got a die cutting machine. And I'm just going to pop these up here just to show you. And I managed to create the large one, look, and the smaller one very carefully out of my one Scene-scape. So you have to judge it very carefully, but look, it is possible. And what I'm going to do is create the larger one today. The smaller one, look, is just, sounds daft, but a smaller version. So I'm going to pop these to one side, never have much room. And what I tend to do with these is so when I created it, because I know some of you are going to ask, I took the larger one from the top, look, and my smaller tag from the bottom, just because I felt that worked better with the colour tones for me. I always decorate the back first. So what I did was I looked at the colours, and so the colours of ink I'm thinking to blend, I've got Confetti, Dark Denim and Pine. And the reason I do the back first is because then I can concentrate on the front. What I found was if I did the front first, when I turned it over, if I spoilt anything on there, whereas the back, it's not as important, in my opinion. So I'm going to start with the pink first. And I'm looking, there's pink sort of round this base bit here. So all I'm going to do is blend some pink ink, and I'm actually going to go for that side and that corner. And I want to leave a bit of space in the middle, just so that there's somewhere for me to write my lovely message. And we'll probably add a bit of green there and a little bit there. And then come in with the blue. I'm going to be a bit more gentle with the blue because obviously it's the darker colour. And I'm just creating a bit of a background. Now you could just use one colour. I could have gone in with the dark denim all the way around, but for me I just think it blends nicely, especially when we've got all those colours on the front. And I'm just going to come in with the green and blend that round. Now I'm going to put the lids on those, and then I want to add, because we've got orbs on the front, just so it matches and looks lovely, we can add some orbs. So for this, I'm going to come in with the Brilliance, the Moonlight White. Now, I've had this a while. Little tip, make sure you do keep this plastic. So it's good to use it, because I've not used it for a bit now. And white orbs, got to be, hasn't it? So let's concentrate on this corner first. And I'm just going to come in. And I've got a small brush, one of the number 3 brushes, and I actually keep this for this ink pad. I thought what I might do is actually write white on it, and then I know it's the one for white. But I like to keep one. Now, a few of you have asked about washing. For me, I don't wash my brushes. It's just me, never have. I just find, for me, they behave better if I don't wash them. I tend to keep, especially ones like this, for specific uses. I'm just going to turn that round and just add a little bit at the top, look. So if I go there, but don't go over the edge. So I tend to write on them, or if I go from, say, like a light green to a dark green, or a dark green to a light green, I would just clean my brush. Right, I need one more there just to be pedantic. I just wipe it on my Inky Binky or a piece of kitchen roll. Right, we'll let that dry. So pop that back on there, and we'll give this a bit of a spritz, and we'll clean the mat at the same time. Again, keep it all clean and tidy. Look after your products and everything you've bought, and then it'll last longer. Well, that's my theory anyway. I know it's not everybody, so please don't shout at me. And then last little finishing trick. For the white orbs, I'm just going to add, with my white gel pen, a little dot in the middle of some of them, and you can put dots on the card. Now, I could splash water on this, but I don't want, because I want to stamp on the front, I don't want to spend time drying the card. So for me, that's why I haven't splashed water. And I think this gives me a nice effect as it is. And that just adds a little bit of interest to the back. And I've got room there to write my lovely message. So onto the front. Now, we're going to use a lovely stamp called the Snow Shrub. Now, if you haven't got this, honestly, this is fabulous. And look at that. You can do so much with it. You can add, if you've got any lovely berries, or it works well on tags, you could do a matching card. So much you can do with it. But one of the other questions I've been asked is about embossing powder. So I'm going to use the Opaque Bright White. Because again, you've asked me with these Scene-scapes, can you emboss on them? So again, I've listened. So I'm coming in with my Versamark. So this is my sticky ink. And do make sure you've got a clean stamp. Now, I know some of you wouldn't, but, you know, look at this. I know it works just the same if it's got ink on, but I like a nice clean one. It's always a good fun thing to do at workshops when you use a sticky ink pad of Versamark, and you ask everyone to hold theirs up so everybody can see what it looks like. Now, if you're worried about embossing powder bits, you can use your anti-static bag. But my theory is if I get any white, it will just look like snow, and I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to put that there, and we'll give that a good. So, like I say, if I was using a coloured, you know, say like a black, or I would use my anti-static. But if I get any bits on this, I'll just say it's snow. Lovely. And then we'll cover that with our powder. And just give that a little tap. And just gently brush. And then this all goes back in there. I love embossing. It still amazes me how much goes back in the pot. I don't know about you, but I find it's like magic. More seems to go back in the pot. And then we're going to heat this. So I'm going to get my heat tool. And the best thing for embossing, in my opinion, is switch your heat tool on first and let it heat up. So once it's nice and warm, start off in one area, slowly move it round. And hopefully you can see this changing. Can you see the difference between the areas that have embossed and those that haven't? And switch it off. So for me, what's nice about this is just methodically go all the way round. And like I say, look at that, good quality card. So what I'm going to do now is stamp our lovely sentiment at the bottom. And I've gone for the word peace, and this is from our seasonal words. And I didn't really want to use black, but I looked at my Versafine Clair and I thought the Twilight looked sort of like the dark blue that's at the top. And again, it's just part of trying to get that cohesive design and get things to match. So we'll stamp this in this space here. So as I say, Scene-scapes, you can stamp on them, emboss on them. Really just have a play, add your colours, inks. Now, my idea behind this was to make what could be a relatively quick tag. So I went on the word peace. We've got robins on our lovely, now let me just check what these are called, Songbird. In my head I want to say bird song, so now my robin's facing this way, but that doesn't matter, we'll have him. And I just tend to use my scissors. Right, now, should we have him on the... Oh, I could put him on... Do I put him... See, this way I can look... No, I like him on there. So I can move him round and then stick him down. Lovely. Now, couple little finishing tricks. My suggestion is, I've got my lovely craft yarns here. I'm going to add these now, because once I start putting Posca and glitter on, I won't be able to lift it up as easily. So we'll put these lovely yarns, and I've gone for colours from different sets. So unfortunately I can't tell you which set because I've sort of mixed my colours up. I've gone for a bit of a purple from one set and a white from another. So with the orbs, I want to make them stand out a little bit more. So again, just with my lovely gel pen, look. And if I just show you a couple, look at the difference if you put that white dot in the middle. So just to highlight them, we'll just add a little white dot in a few, look. And while we're at it, I'm just going to add a little bit under the word peace, just so it looks a little bit like we've got a bit of snow there. I'm not going to overdo it, but just a little bit so it sort of grounds the word. And we'll add a couple more dots. And then we're going to come in with some Posca, some Stickles, and some lovely liquid pearls. Now, the order you do this really depends on how you feel. And for me, I'm thinking I'm going to go Stickles first. So I just want to add a little bit. Now, normally I paint this on, as you know, but I want to look it like it's just snow catching the top of the branches. So I'm going to be brave and put it straight on. And I'm not putting it all over, I'm just catching and just the top of the word piece and a little bit. So I'm not overcooking it with the Stickles, and this one is Stardust. So can you see, it just looks like it's on the top and it's that lovely snow. And then my liquid pearls, and this is Merlot. And this is why I decorated the back first, so that I can then leave this to dry. And like I said, that's why I've put my threads in now, because there's nothing worse than putting all these things on the front that need to dry, and then you go and stick your finger in them. I mean, have you done that? Because I have. So note to self, liquid pearls, lovely, but just give it a little test. You see, it did a bit of a spit there. Now, hopefully it's done it once, so it won't do it again. So I'm just going to add some berries. And I'm just being mindful where to pop these lovely berries. And I'm just avoiding where I've put the Stickles. And again, you just sort of gently touch the Scene-scape and then lift straight up. Right, let's have a look. Maybe another one here. here, here, here. I don't want to overcook it, do I? Last one there, straight up, lovely. And obviously I need to just wipe up my little test area. And finally some Posca snow. So again, shake my Posca. And then we'll just come in with some light taps. Or you know what, if you're in a bad mood, but I can't imagine any of you lovely people being in a bad mood. And I'm just directing it around, there we go, around and away from the robin. I don't want any on my lovely robin. If you're worried about it, you can always leave your sticker and add it at the end. If you're worried about getting snow all over him. But look at that. I just think that's a lovely, lovely tag. And as I say, it didn't take long at all. The smaller tag, all I've done is put part of our lovely stamp on. I've left this without a sentiment. But there's another little robin. You could add another robin on here. And again, look at those liquid pearls. They dry beautifully, make lovely berries. And there's the one that's already dry. You get a better look at that one. And I think that's sparkle. But you know, you could batch tag make these. And as I say, 2 from each Scene-scape. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And I hope it's answered those of you that have asked me questions about what we can do with the Scene-scapes. Just to give you other ideas of what to do with them. If you're going to use them, or as you use them, I'd love to see what you do. I bet you can come up with other ideas. And what's lovely is we can share and we can inspire each other. And that's what I love about the Lavinia family. We're such a caring and helpful lot. Well, I hope we are. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. I think I've talked enough. Carl says I talk too much. There's a reason I was called Chatterbox when I was a child. I've let a little secret out there, haven't I? That was my nickname, Chatterbox. I have had a few nicknames, but we'll stick with that one. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. Take care. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.